Enrollment is always happening. Either somebody's enrolling you or you're enrolling somebody else. And enrollment is different than sales. You know, some people think that sales is all about enrollment, but the people that are very good at sales are people that have really mastered enrollment. So what I want to do today is think about if I'm talking to a sales organization, as an example, who wants to really increase their conversion rate from leads to get a lot more effective processes, taking the client to the next level. One of the things that we look at is you can have a basic script, you can have basic information, product information, but once you have that, you need to learn how to dance with your client more effectively in delivering the service aspect that you're promising. So understanding features, benefits, values is of course very good in any organization, but you've got to understand what does it really take to have enrollment. So I've created this R.A.I.S.E model, and it's basically R-A-I-S-E, and I want to walk through each one of these elements with you guys and see how, as you're working as a team together or working with your clients, you can actually get more conscious of what it takes to really enroll someone. Okay? And the bottom line is how you know you have enrollment is that you have called forth some committed action from the person you're talking to. If you haven't generated some committed action, a signed contract, you know, a conversation or a commitment to, you know, to do something, then you just had a very interesting conversation. So there's different stages of enrollment. You can have people engaged, you can have people excited, you can have people interested, but how you know you've really enrolled someone is you've got a committed action. So Mark has enrolled me in coming down and working with the company. I heard his commitment. I got enrolled in the possibility, and I took committed action to reach that. We started working together to come up with a plan. Okay? So, the first place in enrollment must start is you cannot enroll someone unless you understand and can relate to them. So when we prepare to be with someone, sometimes we don't stop and think, you know, who am I talking to and what is it that I can relate and understand. Part of being a business coach means that I've got to understand my client's business model. Now, I understand conceptually a lot about your company. I don't understand, as you've heard me lecture, you know I don't know all the different nuances. But I understand conceptually about the business that you're in, the service proposition that you are, some of the challenges that you're facing, and my expertise, my knowledge of organizations and teams, and developing that can marry and create a way that we can relate and connect. So you want to be able to say, not that you know somebody's answers for them. I don't walk in like a consultant, like I know, but I come in more from that empathic place. And I would suggest that when you have customers calling you for service requests, there's that part of creating that initial relationship in which they've got to understand that you understand what they're up against. Whether it's a new client possibility or a client that's just had a project turned up and you're working with them on the implementation phase. So, relate also stands to creating rapport. How do you know that you're in rapport with somebody? What's your signal to know you're in rapport with somebody? What do you look for? Joe, when you're out in a sales call, what do you look for?
Engagement in the conversation, willingness to, you know, answer questions openly, a desire to work together, maybe a little bit of you know, willingness to show vulnerability, openness.
What signs do you look for? Those are things that you sense emotionally, but what are the signs that you actually, so you hear inquiring questions, what else? What do you see, what do you hear that gives you the evidence that you're in rapport?
Well, there's body language.
What's the body language look like?
Eye contact.
Okay.